I think that every language, every attempt to learn a language is really a love affair. So you might fall in love with a person. You might fall in love with a career or a profession. You might fall in love with a region or just the romantic notion of a place, even if you've never been to that place or even if you've only been to that place once in your life. So what I wanted to talk about today is a very simple question with a very complicated answer. And it is, why do we do what we do? I'm trying to reach fluency in Circassian and also in Russian. So I have an answer for this, but I'm actually more curious on what you think my answer would be. Why do you think I drive myself crazy late at night, in the mornings, on my commute, learning two completely different, unrelated languages, in addition to the languages I already know? So why do you think I do this?
Because you want to be like me?
I want to be like you.
No, because you want to be independent around people who speak Circassian, people who speak Russian.
But I could be independent around people who speak Circassian if I just learned Russian.
But that's not connecting you to people you feel the most comfortable with, and that's not your roots.
I am the child of refugees from the Middle East. And all my life, I heard my parents tell me, Circassian people don't do that. Circassian people don't do that. That's not in accordance with our culture. That's not in accordance with our customs. So my whole life, I heard what's not in our rules and our norms, and I heard what I'm not supposed to do. But no one ever gave me any clear direction on what I was supposed to do. I felt a hole in my soul for as long as I can remember. I wanted to connect with the hyphen portion of my identity. I think also the other part of it is, as I got older and started to really educate myself as best I can in the history of Circassians, and what I came to realize eventually is that, like many diaspora communities, like many survivors of war who have been then forcibly removed from their homeland, we are a broken nation. And I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I don't want people watching this who are of my kith to think that I'm speaking ill of our people. But the fact is, we don't have a unified sense of identity. We don't have a unified sense of history. Yeah. And so in my mind, in order for me to fully connect with who I was told I am and who I believe I am, I had to go and I had to speak to people. So I think that's what drives a lot of what I do. And that's what drives me to drive you crazy.
And also you probably saw the difference when you speak to native speakers, even it's a little broken, but their language. And when you speak English, they see you different, they hear you different, they accept you faster if you speak their language. Yeah. So it connects you faster to...
Yeah. Among all of us, whether it's large or small, there is a shared sense of something missing. Whether it's, missing a relative who moved abroad because they're part of the diaspora, whether it's missing that connection to homeland, I think all of us are missing something. And so I think
sharing
the
same story.
Sharing a same story, knowing what that story is.
Yeah.
The super short version of it is, you've got a mom, I've got a mom, she's got a mom, we've all got moms. Your mom's awesome, my mom's awesome, I'm pretty sure your mom's awesome as well. But I'm never going to love your mom or even your mom as much as I love my mom. It's not because my mom is better, it's because she's mine. And the moment that I turn my back on my mom, I turn my back on where I come from. That's how I feel about language and culture. And so I want to celebrate it. I'm not sure... I don't know how to say that in English. I want to elevate. I want to... It literally translates to make it more expensive.
Yeah.
This is an example of something that I was saying before. The language shows you an insight into the culture. Even though English is my stronger language, I can't think of the best way to capture this idea in English the way you would say it exactly in Circassian. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah? What's your story? Why you speak English?
Because I fell in love with English speaking.
Where?
He's not here.
I'm gonna kick his butt. All right.
We'll be here.
We'll be here.